Welcome back, you beautiful human. Today, I want to talk about something perhaps a little delicate. How Christmas isn't always the most wonderful time of the year. For many people, maybe for you, it can be the most emotionally confusing time of the year. Perhaps the most challenging time of the year. I know that was true for me. Going home can feel like stepping into a time machine where suddenly you're 14 again, losing your center, bracing for impact, hoping no one brings that topic up. If this is you, you're not wrong. You're not broken. You're just human. And human relationships come with human knots. Human relationships are hard. They're one infinitely complex entity trying to harmonize with another infinitely complex entity with no instruction manual on how to do it. We're not taught how to do these things. So today, I want to help you untie some of those knots that can have a different, so you can have a different kind of Christmas. A little distracted by little Mikons here. So I've spent years in the past dreading Christmas, not because I didn't love my family, but because relating is hard, especially with the people who know your whole story, including chapters you'd rather forget. Going home felt so overwhelming for me and emotionally draining that for several years, much to the disappointment of my mum, I decided to put myself first and spend the Christmas period by myself. Because even though it would cause upset in my family not to see me, it felt like the safest option for my nervous system at that time. What I didn't have then is what I know now, and what I want to share with you today. So if you're currently deliberating how you want to spend the holiday, this video is for you. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to rise above. You simply need a better strategy, one that helps you stay centered even when other people don't. Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You can't change your family. You can't hypnotize Uncle Dave into having emotional maturity. You can't mantra your siblings into being less sharp. You can't breathwork your parents into seeing you differently. It's just not how it works. We can't change other people, only invite them to see the change that we've made. Because you can change your state. And when your state changes, your reality changes with it. Not because they've changed, but because you're not the same person walking into the room. In Tantra, we say your experience of the world is shaped by the state you're living from, not the circumstances, not the people, not the traditions, your state. When you're spiraling, exhausted, or bracing for conflict, your mind becomes like Velcro. Everything sticks, doesn't it, buddy? Yes, it does. But when you're centered, grounded, and present, you become Teflon. Everything just slides right off. In Tantra, this pratyabhijñā, recognition, is the recognizing of your true grounding, your inner stability, the part of you that cannot be knocked off center unless you hand someone the power to do so. And this is where TCH comes in. Because most people don't struggle with Christmas because of Christmas. They struggle because something deep in their subconscious gets activated, an old wound, an unmet need, an internalized belief. Maybe for you, it's, I'm not good enough. That was mine. No one listens to me. I always mess this up. Going home means losing myself. If any of that sounds familiar, then TCH helps you digest those emotional knots, those mental emotional knots, and gently rewrite the beliefs underneath them so you can stop reacting from old programming and start responding from presence. Like the resetting of a bone before you do the rehab. Once the structure is aligned, the healing becomes natural. Now let me give you some practical tantric inspired tools you can use this holiday, even without a full TCH session. So the first is to press pause before the pattern shows up. Before you walk into the room, take a moment to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what state am I choosing right now? This puts you and your awareness back into the driver's seat. Number 2 is a breath hold. 3 slow breaths through the nose. Inhale to soften the low belly, and exhale to drop your shoulders like you're putting a heavy bag down. To reset your state in under 20 seconds and to know that that's available to you whenever you need it. Number 3, the tantric turnaround. When someone says something triggering, press pause and ask yourself, what else could this mean? Sometimes we assume someone is saying something through a particular lens when actually that's our lens interpreting their words. Maybe ask them to say it a different way. That one's really helped me, because this shifts you from emotional reactivity to conscious interpretation. Number 4, micro mantra for inner stability. I'm going to leave, I think it's there. I can't remember which side it is. But I'm going to leave some information about the power of mantra. Mantra has really supported me. It's using the Sanskrit language, the language of the gods, in a way that is not only supportive, but really grounding. So a mantra I have for you is Shanta Hridaya, Shanta Hridaya, peaceful heart. Use it by repeating it silently when you feel yourself wobble. Let it reverberate through your being and reset you. And maybe as you're listening to this, you're already imagining what it would feel like to walk into your family home with a steadiness inside you, a softness in your breath, and knowing that nothing they do can pull you out of yourself anymore. If that feeling is starting to land even just a little bit, that's the part of you that knows you're ready for a different kind of holiday, a different kind of Christmas, a different kind of life. My parents' relationship ended when I was around 19, and I found out at Christmas when I came home for the holidays from university. After that, suffice to say, Christmas was a very challenging time of year for me. It wasn't something to enjoy, it was something to endure. I'd dread going home for those few days and having to spend a few days with my mum and then travel to spend a few days with my dad. At the time, I didn't have the tools to skillfully navigate the relationship dynamics, let alone the mental, emotional conflict going on within myself. It was only decades later with tantric teachings and hypnotherapeutic tools that I've been able to do the deep subconscious work, the dream yoga, the alignment work that rewrote my beliefs and re-engineered my reality. So now I can express myself and assert my boundaries without me being triggered or triggering the people around me, and have healthy conversations with both of my parents without words flying and emotions running the show. I didn't think that that would be possible, but I promise you that it is. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be enlightened. You just need to be aligned with yourself first. That's what allowed me to have a peaceful Christmas. Not because my family changed, but because I remembered who I was walking into the room. So if this time of year feels heavy for you, and if you're already feeling anxious about going home, or if you're tired of repeating the same stress every Christmas, there are two ways that I'd love to support you. The first is a free conflict dissolution playbook. You can find a download for that in the description. It's designed to help you stay centered, to navigate difficult conversations and bring your power back home with you. There's a bunch of tools and tips that you can use to navigate the complexity of family dynamics. And the second option is to try a TCH session, a Tantric Conversational Hypnotherapy session. We can get to the root of what's really causing the stress, the anxiety, that belief, that trigger, that old story, and rewrite it at the subconscious level, so that this Christmas, maybe for the first time, you get to feel peaceful, playful, and in control of your inner world. So thank you for spending this time with me. And remember, you can't change the people in the room, but you can always change the state you walk in with. Wishing you a softer holiday season, a steadier heart. Oh, the ability to stay you. Yeah, buddy. If you want support, all the links are in the description. I'd love to walk with you. Cheers.